Oh, what a month, what a Christmas celebration, you know. December is really very amazing because we celebrate the Christmas spirit, the spirit of love, compassion, and kindness. So this is something special this month because we are celebrating the love of life, the birth of our Jesus Christ. And for me, this month is also very special because for the first time, I am celebrating Christmas as a YouTube blogger. And, you know, who could imagine last year that I will become a YouTube blogger this year? So, you know, life is full of surprises. And in this connection, I really want to thank all of you for supporting me, for my relatives in Kapatagan, Maranding, and Cebu, and Isabeliti. Thank you very much. And also to my friends all over the world who really support me and, you know, who are also willing to be interviewed. I have still, you know, interview materials which I have not yet posted because I don't have time to edit, but I still have lots of materials. And then also to my supporters and my subscribers who really I don't know them personally, but they subscribed my YouTube channel, and I'm really very thankful and, you know, grateful to all of you who accompany me, who support me to my journey as YouTube blogger and to promote really my passion and advocacy. Thank you very much. And my self-love community has grown. I have now 117 subscribers. So thank you very much. And oh, I should not forget my batchmate in high school at Christ King High School in Maranding, Lalalano del Norte. They also, you know, they are also supporting me. Thank you very much. So I am talking now about something special. And, you know, this is also my Christmas rendition at this episode. And there's something that, you know, makes this episode special because I have made a little bit twist to this blog. Today I will be answering the thoughts and questions of my nephew Joseph Sotelo. He lives in Texas, USA, and he made some comments to my Melvin talks. I had a discussion with his mother, Tata Tatoy Sotelo. Tata was here and we had a discussion regarding the generational poverty in our family. So we talk about how we could fight against poverty, which weapon we have to give the new generation, and we come out to the idea of really building warriors to fight against poverty, and, you know, that should be based on love, and this warrior should also embrace financial literacy. And within this discussion, we talk about bayanihan spirit, which is really very good because this is the foundation of Christianity based on unconditional love. We give something to other people, we'll help them without expecting in returns. And this is what Christianity is all about. It's about sharing our love and sharing what we have. But there is a provocant statement within, you know, during this conversation. And it goes like this, that bayanihan spirit is being misused. So with this, that was the background of the conversation, and Joseph raised questions about the overseas Filipino workers, our heroes, and also about the bayanihan spirit. How could we, protect the values of bayanihan spirit and to promote that in the next generation to come? I would really advise or encourage everyone to read the comments of Joseph, because this is really very educational, and he he is an American, also Filipino-American, and he is really concerned about the development of the social development in the Philippines. So I'm really very proud, and thank you, Joseph, for really investing your time, formulating your ideas, formulating your concerns and your thoughts on the YouTube. And this is really very challenging, because I'm not a political scientist. I'm not a social scientist. I am only an expert when it comes to poverty, because I experience it by myself, and I can tell you I am an expert on poverty based on my experience. And now when I answer the questions of Joseph, allow me to also to give some insights regarding the social problems in Germany, because poverty is a global issue. It is not only in the Philippines. So I just want to give you some insights what is happening in Germany, and we can also learn from them, and also reflect the weakness part of tackling the social problems when it comes to poverty in Germany. So it's really very hard to answer the question, but I really I will try my best to give insights and to really express my point of view when it comes to social issues in the Philippines. And okay, let's go. We still have to start right now. First, I just summarized the comments of Joseph, because it was really the comments were really very long, and I put it in 4 points. First is the statement, and then a question, and then the statement and a question. So I will have 2 parts to these episodes, Melvin moments with Joseph Tatoy. So we will have 2 parts for this. So I have to begin with with the first statement. But as the world progresses around us, we cannot allow a colonial mindset to hold us back or adopt a mentality that forgets where we come from. I really like the statement of Joseph, because it is really very true. We don't forget where we come from. And as a Filipino, we are familiar what Dr. Jose Rizal taught us, right? I will read the Filipino version and also the translation into English, okay? Ang hindi marunong lumingon sa pinanggalingan ay hindi makarating sa paroroonan. In English, he who does not know how to look back at where he came from will never get to his destination. And this is really very true. This is part of our upbringings in the Philippines. When we were children, we have been taught to the value of looking back your roots. You have to look back your roots so that you can reach to your destination. And this is also very, very, actual situation when it comes to globalization. Globalization has reached our doors, has reached to the doors of the politician, has reached the doors of the businessman. And this is power. This is always development that, give advantage and disadvantage to our country. Disadvantage in the sense of, are we taking good care of our ecosystem? Did we remember our Mother Earth when making decision of, of embracing multinationals corporations in our country? And this is also a moral question. Globalization or colonialization, we are always talking about power and money. Because every businessman will always think about the ROI, return of investment. At the end of the day, they want their profit. But for me, there are things in this world which we don't have any, or we cannot afford to have a compromise. And one of these is really preservation of our cultural value. There's no compromise. We should know our core. We should know the essence of our human being, the essence of our society, which form our society. This is our culture. And Joseph talk about the bayanihan spirit here. Bayanihan spirit is an exercising of our unconditional love, or spreading unconditional love to our fellow countrymen. And it is part of history. It brought us stronger. It brought us oneness in the name of love. And you cannot just change it. Even the globalization is marching to our doors. There's no compromise on preservation of our cultural values, because this is the core. This is the essence of our society. This is the essence of our family. This is the essence of our barangay. This is the essence. This is the core of our life. This differs us from other people, from other nationalities, from other countries, because we are born and we are raised to love one another. And for me, there's no compromise. Period. You don't steal. You cannot buy. You cannot change these values. Even if globalization means money, it's power. But there are things that you cannot exchange to money, and this is value. The value of who you are, of who we are as a Filipino. Period. There's no compromise on this. We have to, this is part of our dignity. This is part of Filipino dignity, the part of essence of the Filipinos. This is who we are, our cultural heritage. And I hope, Joseph, you understand now our Dr. Jose Rizal is our national hero, and he already taught us about that. And in our family, we have been raised with this value. You have to look back. You have to know your roots. Look back at you. You have to look back. Know your roots so that you know your destiny. And I'm very thankful and very, very proud of us, the Filipinos. And now we go to the first question. What are your thoughts on remittances? Overseas Filipino workers accounts represent 10% of the Philippines' gross domestic product. Well, I'm really very thankful about the financial support, because the overseas Filipino workers are the strong backbone in our Philippine economy. And this is really very true. I don't argue with that, because there's no need to argue, there's no need to discuss, because this is really true. But, how long could we afford to send the Filipinos abroad? How long could we afford? And what our perspective, future perspective, when it comes to, the overseas Filipino workers? We call the overseas Filipino workers as our modern heroes. But if you want to go back to history in the Philippines, because before we had other heroes. We had Dr. Jose Rizal. He was our hero, but he was against, bloody revolution. He wrote books to encourage the youth, because the youth is the future of the country. He encouraged to educate, the youth to have their own mind of thinking. And we also have Andres Bonifacio and, Lapu-Lapu and other revolutionaries who really offer their lives for our independence, to be freed from the oppression of the Spaniards, and then also to be freed from the hands of Americans. And we are now in 2022, and we are still discussing about the sentiments of this generation, about the time of Spanish colonialism in the Philippines. And when you watched TV right now, there's a series of TV, Maria Clara and Ibarra, and you can see that they are also discussing about the social issues, the injustices in the society. I just want you to, to go back to our roots, to go back to the history of the Philippines. During the Spanish time, there were lots of poor people. And now in 2022, we are still discussing about that. And what is the difference now? How could we combat poverty? We already experienced a bloody revolution, which, lots of lives, lots of bloods were wasted. But it doesn't end poverty. And these this history, the history of our country is also a replica, is also, mirrored also to the history of other countries in the world. But still we are facing poverty. And what should we do about that? I think now, and this is really what I discover and my point of view in this era, in this modern era, that the change must begin within us, within our family, as the small core in our community. We should begin the change there, because the government cannot help us. Why? Because the formal education is not really designed to make us rich. We don't learn in the schools how to manage money, how to become rich, how to become a part of this circle. Of course, not everybody wants to become rich or to become millionaire, I say. But at least we should have a security, financial security. We must understand how we manage money. It is the problem now, because you cannot learn that at school. They want to produce workers. They want to produce employees for the big corporations, for the businesses. And this is the problem. So it is not about remittances of the overseas Filipino workers, but the question, and I just really want to challenge every overseas Filipino workers all over the world. How could you change your mindset as a giver of financial remittances to the Philippines? How could you change your mindset? How could you produce or build warriors in your family which has enough knowledge of financial literacy? How could you do that? And this is the question. This is the challenge of our modern era, because we have been through of different revolutions, but it does not help. They don't help us. We have the independence from the Americans, but look, our society, the middle and the upper classes, we produce something that no future. We don't, because financial literacy is really very important. We only have the core, our core of bayanihan spirit, our core of self-love in our society. We form our family, we form our community based on unconditional love. But we miss to build them. We missed to build warriors when it comes to financial literacy. And this is the problem. This is really the problem. And I challenged every overseas Filipino workers to rethink, to change their mindset, to rethink what is your contribution so that there will be a change in your family mindset. Because remitting money to the Philippines is really a good contributions as Samaritan work, but it will not change our society, our family. So there will be an active discussion between giver and receiver. If you want to help someone, teach them what is financial literacy and be clear. They must be clear about their goals, because if this receiver don't have any goals, you know, there will be no change in their society. And I'm really very thankful to all overseas Filipino workers, especially the domestic helpers who really sacrifice themselves, working abroad, away from the family, away during the Christmas time, just to have to provide dignity to their family, to liberate poverty. But you can see we are still experiencing poverty in the Philippines, the lower and the middle classes. And this is a challenge, changing the mindset of the giver and of the receiver. And again, I'm really very thankful to the, overseas Filipino workers. They are really the strong backbone in our Philippine economy. I really salute you. You are really my heroes. But heroes will also have to formulate their visions, formulate their missions of purpose in life. If you are a hero, please think about that. Which mindset do you need in order to change the mindset of the receivers in the Philippines? It is only when we work hand in hand to fight against poverty. But this change must really come from us. It is not enough that we work abroad and send money to the Philippines. It is not enough, because it cannot change. Of course, there are families who really benefited, regarding this remittances, bayanihan spirit. I am also a product of bayanihan spirit. But I changed my mindset. That's why I can really leverage my life. But there is still a big challenge in the Philippines, a big challenge. So this is really what I can say, Joseph. It is not about remittances. It is about changing mindset. It is about fighting against poverty in the Philippines. And also it is all about changing the mindset of overseas Filipino workers as a giver. Because as a giver, you have the responsibility, a great responsibility, to change the family, to change the mindset of the receiver, so that as a whole, we can change the landscape of a family which is based on self-love, but a warriors. Thank you very much, and I appreciate really that you spend your time watching my videos. I'm so excited to discuss with you to next episode about also the comments of Joseph, and also the question. But I will read this one so that you will be excited to know, oh, what will be the topic, And the question is this: how do we create a new bayanihan in the West that can survive through the generations and support our people back home? I am so excited to share my ideas and to share with you my point of view. And thank you very much. And please don't forget to subscribe my channel, so that I will be, I have an energy to continue, to spread my advocacy and self-love, and really my passion of, you know, passion of motivating you to leverage your life. And before I say goodbye, I will really say shout out to few of my supporters. I know that you are 117. I could not read everything the name, but for today I will say just shout out to Bobby Taburada in Maranding, Len Concepcion Arcelias in Maranding Lala, and Marivic Kaday. They are my batchmate. We were classmates in high school. Thank you for supporting me. And Marivic Kaday is in Casablanca in Morocco. And hi Marivic, I hope I can visit you next year there. Just wait for me. And then also in Texas, USA, I just want to great to Gary Esquera, Anida Esquero. I'm sorry. Gary, Anida Esquera. They are also my fans and supporters in Texas, USA. Thank you very much. And to all of you, I just wish you love, and I'm so excited to record the next blog. Thank you very much, and I wish you love.